I know Italian words like pasta. Are you saying spaghetti?
Cam, what's your ethnic background, if you don't
That's
mind my asking?
really racist.
No, ask
So
him.
racist.
Say it, babe.
All right, I'll say it.
Come on, say it.
White.
But what flavor?
Scotch.
Yeah, of course he is. Look at him.
Scottish, Irish,
Babe, you look
English.
like-
Single malt.
Yes,
Look at
single
this.
malt.
Look at this
Babe, you look
guy.
like
Inbred, I believe.
you look like Braveheart, babe.
Thank you so much.
That's a movie.
Yeah, that's a movie.
She knows movies.
Starring Melanie
Yes, I know
Gibson.
Like other girls, it's true.
I actually know movies, guys. I know you guys
actually
don't
do.
want me to know movies, but
Elouise
I
knows
do.
movie. You know movie, don't you?
Yeah, I know movie. Austin Powers.
Yeah, Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Austin Powers International Man of Mystery.
That's one of
Yeah.
Cam's favorite films.
Is
Mike
it actually?
Myers fan.
It's in my top 5.
Can you
Yeah.
please rank the sequels?
Yes.
Go.
Okay. Obviously, the second one is maybe even superior
better
to
than
the
the
first
first.
one.
Ooh,
That's
they had
hard
a
to say
ram.
that because
Yes.
Liz
Okay.
Hurley's in the first one, but
And then
okay.
the third one, we just don't
really talk
we don't really
about
talk
it.
What about
about
Foxy
it.
Cleopatra?
we love Beyonce
Obviously,
in that.
Beyonce
We
is
love Beyonce.
amazing. The age difference between her and Mike is troubling.
But that's also that's actually like more authentic, babe.
That's true.
know what
It's
I
more
mean?
authentic to the era.
Yeah.
Do we like the character of Goldmember? No.
Okay.
Do we think Fat Bastard?
Sorry, saying do we like the character of okay. It's so funny to me.
He's the villain. You're not supposed to
That's me
like
going,
him.
I don't think you're supposed to like him.
No, but we like Dr. Evil, do we not?
Oh, we do like him.
Dr. Evil is charismatic as fuck.
But Fat Bastard is Scottish representation.
Very offensive.
Oh, so
Very
you probably,
offensive.
that's why you don't like it,
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I'm
The
sorry.
scene, I think in the first one with Liz Hurley, when Austin Powers pretends to go down the stairs behind the couch, one of the most romantic scenes I've ever
It's
seen.
so good. They have so much chemistry.
romantic. So much chemistry. I would
Chemistry is
wouldn't have
insane.
She
sex
let
with
me
you for
hit because
last
I'm
man.
goofy, truly.
What did she say? I wouldn't have sex with you for the last man on earth and I was the last woman on earth.
Oh, it's so
That's
good.
Liz. That's Liz.
so good.
That is Liz.
No, it can
Okay.
be better. It can be better.
And hey, what about when they're laying in bed and she goes, "That's you in a nutshell, Austin." And he goes, "No, this is me in a nutshell. Help, I'm in a nutshell." That's like,
babe,
it's
imagine
cute as
that.
fuck. They're connecting.
Babe,
The chemistry is
Apparently,
there.
love is real. I don't
Yeah.
know. I've never been in love.
That movie taught me how to love.
Oh, sorry, what was that?
That movie taught me how to
Your
love.
wife is a lucky woman.
She is, babe.
She is.
Saying that in your wedding speech.
I think you're very shagadelic.
Hey, that's beautiful. That's nice.
committed, baby.
I don't know. And don't the bridesmaids look shagadelic as well? And I just want to thank the mother of the bride, also shagadelic. Yeah, groovy, baby.
That's so cute. I actually want to have an Austin Powers themed wedding.
Because what we're doing is actually,
that would be good, actually.
we're doing a Canadian man doing a British accent.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
crucial.
But his parents are British.
Are they? I mean,
He's
it's still
full on like Brit.
His dad, Spike Myers, is British.
Spike Myers.
You made that up.
That should also be the other way around.
Are you serious?
The
Look at
older
the way
one
fuck
should not
with
be
me.
called Spike.
That's quite English though, isn't it?
Well, being called Spike?
I don't know,
Absolutely
like,
not.
the
That's,
weird names you guys
that's the most
have.
American
Mine
thing
full
I can
name for
think
Spike.
of.
Spike.
If you met a
what about
British
Spike
guy
Milligan?
called Spike,
Aren't they called
Spike
like
Jones.
that was a
Monty?
nickname though.
Aren't they called like Monty and stuff like that?
Monty.
British guys, like aren't they
Spike
called like
Jones, Spike
Milo and
Lee.
stuff like
Monty
that?
would
Yeah.
be like,
That's your name, babe.
yeah. Got his ass.
Gotcha.
Got his ass.
Okay, you as two people who are very good at accents, can you let us? I don't know. I don't know how good at accents you are.
I'm really good at the bad ones.
Okay.
I reckon Cam's pretty
The
good.
ones you're not allowed to do. But can you get a peek behind the curtain? Are you impersonating an accent or a person when you do an accent?
Oh, depends.
Tell me more.
'Cause I feel
you went to
like-
drama school, didn't you?
Yeah. I try to think of Yes, I did. I'm trying to
Yes,
think of
darling, and I had the most
Yes,
wonderful
darling,
time.
and I had the most wonderful time. That's like kind of like, I guess it depends on what accent you're trying to learn. I feel like when I tried to learn New Jersey and all of like New Jersey and New York, it was always
yeah.
like from Fran Fine and then like The Sopranos. So I would like get moments from all the characters and then find the one I like to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's actually quite acting
You
school
need a code
behind
word
the-
like Christopher.
Christopher.
Yeah, like,
That's,
yeah.
I don't know
Locks you
about
in.
that one.
Yeah,
Christopher.
yeah.
Christopher, don't fucking talk to me like that. Like, do you know what I mean? It goes like
Yeah.
Christopher and then you find
You found the key word is the one that got you in there.
Yeah.
And it was Christopher. Because
Christopher.
for me,
Yeah.
when I wanted to learn a Joey Pantaleone from The Sopranos.
That's
and the
beautiful.
word that
Oh,
got
yeah.
me in was the way he says, and sorry for saying this, the word whore.
yeah, whoa.
He goes, "She's a fucking whore, Tom."
That's beautiful, Cam.
She was a fucking whore.
That's good.
Yeah.
like that.
It's so good.
But it's so, that is really good.
That's like the soft A. If you say it like that, it's fine.
yeah.
What is the word for when like you activate a sleeper spy? What's
The Manchurian candidate phrase.
But that is
Yeah.
every accent has that
I
that
feel
activates it.
Sorry to the listeners. I hate the South African accent, but I made a viral video.
I love it.
I made a video that went viral. Sorry, I'm so embarrassed about it.
Did you make a viral video?
I can't believe I said that.
Look, this girl,
Viral.
she's gone viral, taking the piss out of us.
See, like, no, but when I
This
did
video
it,
is all over Durban. We're not happy about it.
no, but when I made the video, I couldn't really do this accent. I was just sort of trying to do the accent like as I was going. I know some South Africans, I'm trying to practice. And the accent, you watch the video, it's so bad. But the more I did it, and then I would watch some videos of people and I went, I hate the way I sound. And that's how I knew I was doing it well.
All of the code
Shame,
phrases
man.
to get into the
Shame,
South
man.
African accent
Shame,
are ones
man.
you cannot say.
Yeah.
Not on a recorded medium.
No, you can say lekker.
Lekker.
Lekker,
yeah.
they say lekker.
What does
I don't
that mean?
know.
It's like
That's
Dutch for tasty, literally.
Lekker,
But
that's
it means
lekker.
like
In
good.
German, lekker
Dutch
is
people say it all the
delicious.
time.
Cool.
I feel, there's always, I feel like,
Yeah.
you know
They
what's
say it
crazy?
like cool. They're like lekker, lekker. Like, yeah.
You know what I find wild is I feel like Milo does a better Greek accent than me, and I'm Greek.
Hey,
Let's hear it.
Look at him. He actually can. This is me
This is
watching
the
him do
thing
it.
with Elouise. She's always, I tell her, why does she not get proper job like Taylor? But she's on the podcast. What is a podcast?
He actually do the proper, because I
she's
can't do
bringing
this.
disgrace to the family.
But whenever I'm like this, but then I go, oh, he learnt Greek, so he knows it. But I was like a bit annoying, like that he's better at it than me.
At drama school, do they teach you like techniques to learn an accent?
Yeah, they do. But I was a freak, babe, when I was little.
Not you.
When you were little.
No, you were normal, surely.
No, but like I got obsessed with. I would learn accents in my spare time, babe. Like I would.
Come on, show
I
us,
would
do the
imitate
real.
my yaya.
That's
I would
not
I
crazy
love
as
that
a
you
child.
say-
You have so much spare time
Yeah,
as a
it's true.
child. Oh, in between,
but-
colouring in and riding on my bike. I was crazy. I was a hustler. I found time to learn a few accents.
I found
Yeah,
time to
I
have an
did.
inner life.
Yeah, I did actually. No, but I would imitate my yaya, and when I would imitate her, people would laugh, and I was like, hell yeah. And I was like, that's a little.
This could be a
I'd be a little
job.
parrot. And then I think I watched. You guys won't know who this is. Effie
Yeah.
imitated Effie, who's like a
Oh,
Skin?
God. I love
character,
that.
which that became. No, I wish. She's hot, Effie.
Tony, please.
Although Effie is
You are
hot.
bringing
is
all
hot,
of these
different
hot
hot.
boys to the
Different
house.
hot.
Big hair.
Effie is a character, a comedy character in this country. The actor's name is Mary Kustis.
Mary Kustis, and she is like a Greek. She plays a character of like almost like I hate to say it, it's like she was almost like a bogan Greek
Like a
woman, like a
ditzy-
ditzy bimbo vibe of like a
sketch comedy character.
Sketch comedy
But
character.
She is like genuinely really hot.
Yeah, she's gorgeous, and
Yeah. I have a
that was
huge
like
crush
my
on her.
first like impression. And then I think I wanted to learn the nanny. Like it was all like just like women I wanted to.
Yeah, hot
I loved
chicks.
the hot chicks I wanted to be when I was older, and I was like, what the hell? Even my yaya. And
Hot chicks with distinct accents.
yeah, and then I
Yeah.
was like, this is fun to do this.
Putting that in my Hinge profile.
So
Here's what I'm into.
accents I'm trying to learn and looking for women who have them.
Hell yeah. No, but that's also kind of like me meeting people. Like if I meet someone from like
Anyone from Alberta trying to master the Alberta accent right now?
like if I met someone from
Ontario.
Manchester, I would like I would corner someone from Manchester and be like, speak to me now. Like I would force them to teach me how to
Can I
speak.
tell you the craziest
Yes.
thing? Okay, do you remember Glee?
Yes.
Okay, do you remember Matthew Morrison, Mr. Shoe from Glee?
Yes.
Apparently, he was in some play where he was meant to have a Scottish accent, and he obviously couldn't do it because he's Mr. Shoe
It's
from
really
Glee.
hard for Americans to do other accents.
That's so
It
true.
is really hard.
That's true. And so he.
Well, because first of all, they have to learn that other countries exist, which is that's a big. They have to.
Wow.
They have to. You have to introduce them to that concept slowly, or they get like the bends, like a diver coming up from there. You start with Canada, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I think I heard of that."
Then slowly mention Mexico.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah,
slowly
they
get to
love
South
that.
America.
They love-
where all those fucking guys are coming from, man.
It's like another Wyoming.
I thought they came from the sky to fix my roof.
Then you show them a photo
which
of
would make
Margot
sense because
Robbie.
the roof is up there.
That's good.
We can only show them the hot people from every country.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
they go, oh, okay, okay. All right. They start getting interested.
Like Anna Darmus, okay,
Yeah,
all right,
okay.
yeah.
This
interesting.
Effie woman.
Yeah.
So
It's like
she's so
European Mexico, I see. Okay, yeah.
my boyfriend knew, and he's from Scotland, and he was spending a summer in New York one year, and he was at this bar, and basically he was speaking, and he has a very distinct voice.
He does.
He sounds like
It's
that.
very mellifluous.
It sounds like
It's
that.
kind of like he should be doing the terms and conditions for a terrifying drug.
Yes, he's got the hottest voice.
May
in the
cause
entire world.
blindness.
Scottish is fucking up there, babe.
He's got a
Some
very
of the hottest of all
very
time.
sexy. And so Matthew Morrison heard this at the bar and just made a beeline for him and cornered him for an entire night, being like, "Just say things to me." And he studied his accent and just bought him drinks for all night.
So his character in the movie is like, "Hello."
That is
This
so
is how old
funny.
people
Good
sing.
for him,
Yeah.
though. Good for him. That's a real actor right there.
Yeah.
That's a
an
real actor.
I wouldn't do it. I'd just go on fucking YouTube. And
I would never
watch-
admit
In
it.
fact, why didn't he do that?
Why didn't he go on YouTube? Why didn't he
Surely
watch
there's like a
Braveheart?
million Scottish actors on.
But I guess you could get him to say exactly what you want.
Read this script.
Read the, hey, and he's like recording it. He's like, read this. I did that when I made my promo video in Italian, and I made the whole script in Italian. I can speak a little bit of Italian. Il poco italiano.
Sì.
Sì.
God, she's so
Il poco italiano. But that's like all I can really say. And so I
You
learned
can
it.
say fettuccine carbonara.
I actually can say that.
Yeah.
Fettuccine carbonara. Wow, I wasn't very good.
Elouise sent me a voice note the other
We're gonna
night
go
where
with
she
someone
was
else.
she was so
Apart.
pleased with herself, and she was like, "Babe, I just ordered in the restaurant in Italian, babe.
I don't
They
sound
were
like
so-
that.
I don't sound like that, babe." Anyway, and then she was like,
Caprese.
I said
Orecchiette. I said orecchiette.
Pasta e pizza, and I'm like, "You're really putting some sauce on the pasta there. You're really pleased with yourself." Like, I
Hell
know,
yeah,
I know
I was.
Italian words like
Yeah,
pasta.
a bit of ragu.
How you say
sugo.
spaghetti?
Come si dice?
Risotto, ok.
Come si dice?
Garlic bread.
Come si dice salami pizza? That's my favorite thing to say is come si dice podcast. You know what I mean? Anyway, silly. But yeah, at acting school, I remember they had like the accent, like voice class. And I kind of already knew how to do
Whoa.
most of the accents.
Oh my God.
They were like, "Oh, no professionals."
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
I
when
like
I go to a beginner's Russian class just to feel something.
Babe, that's fun, babe. You go, I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm doing like
Comes so
that.
naturally
I
to
love
me.
that.
What's your go-to accent?
Australian. No, I think I would probably go towards South African. But I've been put on the spot a couple of times where I've been put in a sketch or something or done improv, and they're like, "Your character's German," and you're like,
Fuck. Because you
Oh,
are
yeah.
a good actor,
Oh,
Ken.
Ryan.
"Yeah."
Because you're a good actor, they would expect you to be like, boom, and do it.
But I'm very self-conscious. as
yeah,
well.
that's okay.
But I do come alive in front of an audience.
Yes, you do. We've seen that. We've seen that, and we've seen it.
But I go like, "Oh God, I'm gonna fuck this up" or whatever. But then you just have to remember, you know what? No one actually knows what anyone sounds like.
That's
you
so
could
true.
be like, I actually sound like this German guy that I know.
Yeah.
And, like, you guys don't even know
Exactly.
him, so don't
You just
worry
go,
about it.
yeah, I'm German, yeah.
Yeah,
and
mate,
everyone's
that's
like, "Oh, that's
good."
good," and you're like, "Not really."
Hey, that was good.
So to Germans, you have to be a little bit camp. You
Yeah,
know?
you do
So
good
very,
German.
Oh, wo ist mein Handy? It's like very, you know.
I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. It's nice, you know.
And-
I don't
and
like
the-
I'm not very good at it.
The most fun thing is to say this kind of shit that Germans say, you know, because they're always using English words because they think this is very cool. So
What
they're
should I
like,
say?
They're like, "Oh, Bro, das ist mega gegoated mit den Sauser. Ja, das ist, du hast meinen Shit gerockt."
I'm watching that going, I like that.
But I think also a key to a good accent is doing the filler words from that language.
Yeah.
So ending everything in ya, almost
Yeah.
kind of.
Because
Yeah,
it makes
yeah,
it makes
yeah.
it feel
Yeah,
like
yeah.
natural for you. Like when I do
Exactly.
Essex.
Yeah.
I fucking love impressions.
Hey, we love impressions.
It's a magic trick.
This
for me
one's
watching
sick in
you
the
guys.
head. Sick in the head, this one.
I love it.
I can only really do Liz Hurley. I didn't even do it that well.
You
No,
do.
your
Really
Gemma
well.
Collins is good. Your Gemma
on,
Collins
come
is
on.
good.
Let's see the GC.
GC. Yeah, she's like, what do I say again? What does she say? She goes,
I'm not getting involved.
I'm not getting involved. GC, she goes, no, she goes, what did she say? She goes, the big brother. I'm done with playing games. I'm not playing any more games. I'm gamed out. I'm claustrophobic, Darren. Who uses straighteners on their hair? Only sickos use straighteners on their hair. I don't need. I can pay my own mortgage. That's how she speaks.
Yeah.
And when she's like this, you will never get this, Kanzi. In the Essex.
So good.
Thank you.
very
thank
good.
you.
So good.
Like, yeah, that's a fun one. Essex is the best, babe.
Oh my God.
Essex is so
the candy,
good.
the sort of the ultrasonic candy that went so low.
Kanzi.
Baritone almost.
Kanzi.
Dang.
Yeah, there's a huskiness to Gemma Collins.
Yeah, she's a bit husky. She probably had a few, cigarillos.
Have you seen the video of her pulling someone's car out of a ditch with her Land Rover?
some girl, she's stuck in a ditch. She's front on in the ditch. Gemma Collins pulls up. She's filming it for TikTok.
Why
She's
have I
like,
seen that?
hun, we're going to sort you out, babe. Don't you worry. All right. I got a tow bar, hun. We're gonna get you home, all right, love.
What about her in Paris and she's in...
That's what happens when you meet the GC on the roads. All right, stay safe out
No,
there.
when she does, babe, in her show, and she goes, you look, no, she goes, you look amazing. This girl that's in her show, and she goes, you look amazing. The lady's like this, oh, I feel a bit self-conscious lately. She goes, no, you are rocking it.
Liz
and she's
Hurley in the audience.
she goes, you are rocking it. And she like walks, so she goes, bye, hon. She goes, get a release form from her. Like, it's the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Always be hustling, never be
She's
off.
always hustling. And that's actually the Essex way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? She goes, get a release form from her. It's one of the best clips of all time.
She's had her
Oh my
fun now.
God.
She's got a sign for it. All right.
Guys, speaking of, okay, you know what would be a great power move for any meeting is just making them sign an NDA up front for nothing. For
That's
nothing.
actually,
Put 'em on
that's
edge.
actually hot of it, mate.
Just feel like the shittest bit of gossip that you have. If you're like, all right, before I tell you this, you're going to have to sign this. And then you're
Oh my
like,
God, please.
I had the worst meal yesterday.
Orecchiette.
And spaghetti.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you know
I'm going to do a really
pasta?
racist accent too. No kidding, it's not racist.
No, it is.
No, it is.
I had a Chinese yesterday. Let me tell you what I ordered.
And I think it went a little like this.
I feel like that's almost like our car ride to Canberra. Maybe we should have signed NDAs. The
I
shit that we got
know,
into,
yes,
talking about.
Well, I got your entire life story, Eloise.
Would you like to retell? Ellen?
Yeah. Well, and you've already
fact
said
check
it.
it.
Eloise opened our 3-hour car ride together by saying, you know, I've never actually been in love.
I didn't start like that.
You did.
I didn't
And
start like
what
that.
about by the end of the trip?
By the end, she
I
had
didn't start
fallen
like
head
that.
over
It was because we were
heels.
talking about the next show idea, la la la.
Yeah.
La la la, like a bit like yada yada. But we
La
actually,
la la. You know.
yeah, you know what I mean? But no, I didn't just talk about that the whole time.
No, of course not. But you did start strong.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because I
Love when I tell people they got this.
She skipped the small talk. Would rather
This is
she talk
me.
about weather cam?
We've already
the
spoken about
weather
that,
is
Cam.
really interesting.
No, we spoke about we spoke about a management company
yes.
going under, and that was actually the car ride to Canberra.
That's true. Yeah,
That was
yeah.
fun. That was fun.
We love a con artist.
We
a con
love
artist
con
in the
artists.
arts.
Yeah.
Con artists are so
Taking
fun.
cash from fucking up and coming comedians.
It is good. It's good. Every time I hear a scam, I love it.
Yeah, me
The
too.
tea was scolding
Yes.
that day.
yeah.
Tea was-
I was like this. I was going,
It's also, we won't name them, but the name of the company is very funny in
It
the
is.
context of what they were found doing.
very funny. It is
They
very funny.
may as well have been called like meth
Insolvent
cooking
enterprises.
management. Like it was like, who wouldn't
meth
have trusted
cooking
the guy from
management.
meth cooking management? Turns out he was on meth.
Oh, that's silly.
Chapter 11 Productions. Wait a second.
9/11 Productions.
Oh my god, silly.
Cam, you're a musical comedian.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's a compliment, babe.
Would you like to show us behind your process? We've dove into their accents, but how do you write a song? Is it music first? Is it joke first? Tell us everything.
Thank you so much for asking, Olga. It's different every time.
To be clear, I'm a huge fan of Cam's musical comedy. His
is the
songs were
best.
literally on my most played of the year.
Yes, babe.
Yeah.
They're good songs.
Yeah.
He's actually a muso turned comedian.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the problem, is that because I was a musician first, I do get too egotistical about it, where I'll be writing a dumb song and then I'll be like, actually, it needs to be better. It
Well,
needs
you
to
have a
be
bit
No,
in
better.
your
that's- no,
current
that's
show
good.
that like he
should
has a
be like
country
that.
song in his show that like is actually a really legit country.
Of course.
country
Yeah.
song.
because if it wasn't, I'd be like, get the fuck out.
I know.
Do you
Well,
what
I
mean?
would say that to myself.
Exactly.
as well.
I would say that to myself.
Yeah, and I'd expect you to say it to me.
Yeah, and I expect you to say that to me too.
And I will, babe.
Good.
That's the correct way around. I can't listen to like a 3-chord song about here's how I make a cup of tea. I'm like, kill yourself.
No,
Immediately.
Or when they do a parody where they just change the lyrics of an existing song. Come on.
Coming for
Yeah.
Weird Al on Maine.
No, but I actually love
begins
guys.
now.
It's actually like my Bologna's actually goes off.
Weird Al is
Actually
actually
goes
very
off,
talented.
babe.
What's that
Yeah.
the parody of?
My Sharona.
My Sharona.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's probably because my Sharona's such a
Yeah.
bop.
I think that's a big part of Weird Al's success. Is we go, fuck,
Yeah.
these songs are great.
Yeah.
And he changed those lyrics really well.
Do you know what?
Yeah, yeah.
If
And
they
this,
write,
if this
babe-
was about normal shit instead of food,
Yeah, babe.
this would be a great song.
That's actually be a great song. Maybe I'll
If
listen to
only
that.
someone had thought of that. Have you seen the interview with him where he's talking about, well, he basically made a parody of a Devo song, but it was like an original song. And there's like an old music documentary, and they're interviewing the guy from Devo about it, and they're like, "Oh, did you listen to the song that Weird Al made, like the Devo parody?" And he goes like he takes on like what can I describe as like Homerically like a black expression, and he just goes like, "Yeah, it was really good. He made kind of a better Devo song than we ever made." And then there's this pause, and he goes, "And I kind of hate him for it." And then it just cuts away, and it's so good.
Right, that's amazing.
That just gave me goosebumps. Holy
Weird
shit.
Al's
Yeah.
I kind of like cuckoo crate. Like Coolio hated that guy.
Really?
And then they
yeah.
made up just before he died.
Amish Paradise.
He hated
Paradise.
Amish, but always Amish Paradise goes off though.
Coolio was like, "Hey man, I respect the Amish.
Yeah, he was upset about
Don't
that.
be mocking the Amish with my art."
Yeah.
I knew the lyrics to his Star Wars parody of American Pie more than I know the lyrics to American Pie. So if I'm listening, if American Pie comes on, I'm like,
Yeah.
You're doing the
a
Weird Al.
long time ago in a galaxy far away.
Oh my god, that's so
Naboo was under an attack.
Extra-
I know that
obsessed.
more.
Oh my god.
Upset.
Yeah, Weird Al.
You would think that there was a gun to your head right now, but you're
Going-
just volunteering this.
And I thought me and Qui-Gon Jinn could
I'm
talk
loving
the
it.
Federation into maybe giving them a little slap.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm a big
They're
Weird
actually
Al.
pretty good, babe. But also,
I
do
call
you?
him Normal Al.
I mean,
Hell yeah.
I rewatched The Phantom Menace recently because my ex was like, "Oh, I've never seen Star Wars," and she was like, "I kind of want to watch them," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm not really a Star Wars guy, but I have seen them because I am male, right?" So I'm like, we can watch them if you want.
Did you start
I'm
with
at
the
pains
originals?
to point this
You're
out.
making
I'm
me
not
piss my
like
pants saying
guys who
that.
know loads about Star Wars. I'm like, whoa.
Did you
Like,
I've never
start with
seen
the
any of the
originals or the
shows.
prequels?
I've actually never
well,
watched it.
I gave her this option, and then
Okay.
she was like, "Let's watch them in like order, like as in not release order, but like the chronological order."
So prequels you started
So yeah, we
with.
started with The Phantom Menace, and that's the only one that we watched.
Oh, wow.
I was watching it,
Okay.
and I was actually pissing myself because that movie, despite depicting no real ethnicity, is somehow the most racist movie I've ever
Oh
seen.
yeah, Jar Jar.
It's like, like the Trade Federation are just Chinese. They all have thick Chinese accents, and they're doing like
Don't they have, like,
secret
Fu
business
Manchu
deals.
sort
Yeah,
of
they do.
whiskers
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I haven't seen that. Obviously, because I'm a film buff, like I just know about Star Wars. I've never watched
love
one
it?
in full. I love movies.
There's like
yeah.
there's like an alien with like a voice like this, and he's always driving a hard bargain about prices, and he
yes.
has the most comically huge hook nose you've ever seen. And I'm like,
What's that
how have you
about?
created a flying goblin alien and still managed to be anti-Semitic? Like it's set on a
That's
planet that
right.
doesn't exist.
That's crazy.
And it is fucking crazy.
And
that
then
movie.
of course, yeah, the Jar Jar character who's like calls everyone like master basically.
yeah. He's
He's
kind
like,
of like
"Sorry, master,"
Jamaican with a
and
head
stuff like
injury.
Yeah, and he's got like
yeah.
the fake dreads, but it's like these weird
That's
tentacles.
horrible.
Is that supposed to be dreads?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chet Hanks. Yeah, fucking. It is insane. It's the most 1999 shit of all time.
True.
Oh
Yeah.
my
What a
God.
year.
So good.
Wow.
I haven't seen them in a long time, but yeah, I also tried to. My wife was curious. She's like, "Should we watch the Star Wars movies?" And yeah. And we also only made it through one. And then
Which
she
one
went-
did you start with?
The original one, the first,
The OG,
number four.
babe.
original one, the
Number
A New
4.
Hope, or whatever.
Good
four.
number.
And then at the end of it, I was like, "Do you want to watch The Empire Strikes Back?" And she was like, "I think I get it." I was like,
That is,
"Okay,
that's me when I'm late to a comedy show. I get it.
I get the vibe."
Yeah, I get the vibe. Thank you. I won't say. I'm not going to get into it on this.
It's first there is the New Hope, and then the Empire is struck back. But then the Jedi they return. Okay.
then they return, and then they don't give back our statues. They have
Darth Vader he take the statue from Acropolis, and he no.
We should just speak Greek, but
He put
Greek than me. I'm embarrassed.
You
he
should
put
be.
the Sith Lord Elgin. He take the marble. He put them
Yeah.
in the British
In
Museum.
British Museum, they won't give it back. They don't give it back.
He buy them from the turf.
They say,
okay.
we actually look after better than you. That's what they say. That's what they
And
think.
maybe
They say
they
we've
have
got
a
air
point.
conditioning.
But
We've got air
Yeah.
conditioning. We like pay our staff properly. We don't always go on holiday.
Oh no.
For the cappuccino every 2 seconds. You know what I mean?
But I went to the museum in Athens that's by
Yes.
the Acropolis, and they have like empty shelves that say
they've got
when
this,
they're back.
When they're back, they'll be here. They're like
Yeah.
this. Yes, they're missing. And guess where they are? And everyone goes,
it's like a
heavy.
guy keeping his ex-girlfriend
That's really
shampoo in his
passive.
shower.
That's
Like,
Like,
she's
if anyone's
coming
gonna
back.
If anyone's
This
going
is
to be
a phase.
Pasag, it's the Greeks. They're like, yeah. Where was that? Where is it?
I got to go to Greece. I'm going.
Come.
You gotta go
You
to
would love
Greece.
it.
Come
You would
on.
love it.
I'll be there.
They'd eat you
Guess
up
when
on
you have,
Mykonos.
guess what you do? You
I'd
eat
eat them
dinner.
up.
You would
With some
bit of olive
Saganaki
oil.
cheese.
Wow. And all you do is eat dinner at 10 p.m.
Beautiful.
I hate going, that's why I like being in Melbourne a bit. Because like this, you know what I mean? It's like rock and
It's
roll.
rock and roll culture.
It's rock and roll culture.
What's
'Cause
your
I-
favorite island?
I went to Spetses last year for my
Tasmania.
birthday. Tasmania, Rottnest.
Norfolk.
Have you been to Rottnest? Have you been
yeah.
to
So
Rottnest?
good. Yes.
I've
yes.
been to Rottnest.
Rottnest is
It's
a
my
beautiful
favorite
island.
genocide island in Australia.
Yeah.
And that's
The
historically
adjective
accurate to say
genocide
that.
is defunct before island in Australia. They've all, some kind of genocide
I
has
guess
taken place on
Australia is
all
my
of them.
favorite genocide.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's
That's nice.
because Rottnest is beautiful and it's got the quokkas and that's so exciting and it's so
Yeah.
a joy to be there.
Yeah.
But then when you go on the tour around and then they're like, and this area of the island we don't really talk about.
You don't talk about that. They buried everybody here,
And
and
you're like, oh god, well thanks for ruining my.
and they go,
fucking
and
weekend.
if you stay at the lodge, all these dead bodies are under here, and everyone's
Yeah.
like, okay,
and this hotel used to be a prison.
yeah,
you're
and
like,
everyone's like, oh,
Don't worry, it's expensive now.
yeah, don't worry, it's
Yeah, yeah.
expensive now, and you can get a photo with a quokka.
and which
I
is
don't take
worth
photos
it.
with quokkas because you guys would, because you guys aren't from there,
Yeah, well,
from Perth. You
Oh,
guys,
is it
I've-
cringe to do
No,
that?
as in like, because I saw them since I was a kid. Like
you
I'm
don't give a
bored.
fuck about it.
I don't give a fuck about them, babe.
But you're out in London taking pictures with foxes.
Babe, no, I'm not. I'm so scared of them. Remember my video? They walk like this.
Oh yeah, they do.
They are
That
kind of
is, they're
vicious.
sick, babe. They're like the crack fox.
When a
from
comedian
Mighty
refers
Boosh.
to their own oeuvre in conversation, that's iconic.
Sorry.
Do you remember that one video?
Remember that one video I made about
About
the
this
foxes?
exact subject?
Was it? Hang on, was it a viral video?
A little bit, just a little bit with the people that know.
Had some virality.
Just a little bit. People sharing it. People saying, "Make it a reel." I said, "Okay." It was on the stories first. Anyway, no, but the foxes, they make those sounds, babe.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
street, they're in the
Oh, yeah.
trash.
What do they sound like?
You're, no one can be. You can't be
They're-
unchanged by hearing a fox.
Aren't they like this?
Yeah, and they're fucking loud.
Oh, that sounds cool, like a rock and roll.
If it actually does sound a bit rock and roll, and then you're like, "There's a woman being assaulted," and then you're like, "That's a fox," and then you go home, and they're like looking at you, and they walk like this. Like I can't. This
If
is
a
not
woman's
a
making
visual.
that sound, I'm more scared of her, to be honest. It's a guttural.
It is,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't. I think I take photos of them. I don't know. I don't know because people take photos with quokkas. Like
That's
they're
true.
just cute.
They'll pose for a selfie and shit.
They smile. I
Yeah,
get it. I
they
get the appeal. I'm a bit
They're
bored of them.
influencers.
They
They are
kind of
influencers. They're a big deal. I'm bored of them though. Sorry.
You don't give a flying fuck.
That
No,
I felt
do.
when I saw bin chickens in Sydney for the first time, I was chasing them to take a photo. I thought this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
Beautiful.
They're dinosaurs.
Saying like that.
A
Beautiful.
tropical bird eating trash is so fun.
Yeah,
It's pretty wild. It's sad.
It says
It's
a
actually
lot
about,
about.
it says a lot. It's
Says a
actually,
lot.
That's our country.
Yeah.
It's a bit like
It's like a
capitalism.
Banksy. It's a Banksy piece.
That's
Actually.
what
really
Banksy
is.
pays if Banksy was Australian. Do they know who Banksy is yet? Like, we
Yeah.
get it with the hiding out.
I think Banksy is
Yeah.
a woman.
You're crazy,
Oh
man.
my god,
saying
he's
that
a feminist.
Oh.
Ding 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 ding. Ring the feminist bell.
Thank God someone said that.
Yeah.
Can
Because I
some,
wouldn't have
And
said
a
it.
hot woman. With huge tits.
we were
And
just
Cam
talking
hasn't even
about.
seen my show, and he's literally like promoting my show.
Are you Banksy?
Holy
I don't know.
shit.
This is now officially the writers' room for
Wouldn't that be
Australian
crazy?
Banksy. Would
Wouldn't
you
that be
like
crazy?
Bankso.
a Bankso? Would you like to
Yeah.
to pitch in an idea for Australian Banksy?
Hmm.
Okay, he loves a commentary on the cops. He loves commentary. He loves a child with a balloon.
Loves that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
But the balloon's a grenade.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I can't.
Holding
And
a balloon?
I feel mean laughing
But
because
it's a
it
grenade.
actually is a bit like, wow, political.
What I'm
But
thinking-
then it's also like, what
it's
is
awesome political satire circa 2002.
Yeah, now it's a bit like when he did that freakish Disneyland, like, but
Oh,
it was
Dismaland.
Dismaland, and
know
it was
what?
all good.
Lame.
Whoa! A
thought it was
12-year-old
lame.
boy would think it's awesome. My
know.
friend Chris describes Banksy in the best way possible. He says it's art that makes you go, "Gee, I never thought of it this way." Okay, a kangaroo, but it's grenades in its little pocket.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on,
It's always
yeah.
grenades.
It's always grenade. He loves a grenade. She loves a grenade. What am I saying? They love a grenade.
yeah.
A wombat spray painting a hole in you onto a wall. He
That's
loves a meta.
nice.
He loves like graffiti of someone doing graffiti.
He loves
That's
that. He loves that.
so
It'll be like, you know what it would be? No, this reference is too niche. I can't even say
No,
it.
you
on,
can
come on,
say
come on,
it.
come on.
I dare
I was
you.
gonna say something like,
We're not as smart as you, but we'll try.
I know. No, it's like I wish I could say this reference, but no one will know it.
Come on.
It's Madison Avenue at the Arias with a glass of water. Do you remember this?
Wait, Madison Avenue. I know that. Don't
No,
call me baby.
It was a very famous performance of them performing at the ARIA Awards.
Which are the Grammys in Australia.
yeah, basically.
The Grammys.
And she during it had a glass of water on the stage and kept stopping during the performance to drink the water. And I actually think that's actually could be quite political. Like she's drinking like a
Wait, so
She's saying we only have a finite amount.
Oh
of
my
these
God.
reasons.
yeah,
She's
and
like, you gotta-
that was the reference. And I feel like I hated that I said that.
wait,
No.
so is it like is it a
She's
famous
like, it's hot
performance
here,
because it was
babe. You gotta
so-
hydrate, babe.
Well, I don't remember it, so it can't be that
You
famous.
can look it up on YouTube, and I'll send it to you. And I actually know the dance from it.
It's a viral video.
Yeah,
On YouTube.
Well, it is, babe, because people think about. They go, what happened to Madison Avenue?
But also, yeah, you don't see like Britney
Well, then
at the
she became a
VMAs taking a
rogue.
water break,
No,
right?
she wouldn't, babe, because and they made her sing live, and they should have made her just do backup, like as in lip syncing.
Yeah. It's an award show. Come
It's
on.
an award show, but they fucked her. They fucked her really bad with that. And she's drinking water, and everyone's like, is she? They had all these rumors that she was like fucked up and like.
That's
It's
where
actually-
the Weird Al parody "Just Drink That Water" comes from.
Yeah, just drink
that
that
water.
water.
You got to drink that water quick before you. I'm tired.
I'm tired.
Actually, she
I'm
doesn't give away the
tired.
talent for free.
No, you guys
should
have to
for
pay.
more.
It would be take a little sip of H2O. That would be,
Oh my
yeah.
fucking
Okay, you don't have
God.
to show me up.
It's
I'm tired.
important to hydrate, you know. That would be it.
Ah.
Now you're just
Very-
showing.
now you're
I
just-
should be a
now you're-
musical comedian.
It's really easy.
Actually, you know what I realized as well? You're not really this, but I'm a prop comic. I'm like Carrot Top, babe.
I technically am a prop.
You're a
comic
prop
as
comic,
well,
but the
I think.
prop is tits.
You're fully a prop comic.
No, the prop is not tits, babe.
I can't forget these props, baby.
The prop is the rest of her
I
body.
feel like the listener needs to know that I know Elouise. Like, this would be a crazy thing to say to a woman I just met.
Your tits are your props.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Like I'm just saying this to female guests on the podcast. Yeah.
I'm gonna choke.
Yeah.
Well, technically, I'm giving it away, but my bra that has smoke coming out of the nipples.
Yeah.
That is technically one of my props.
That's so sick.
It's sick, babe. But
It's
when you
so
guys
sick.
saw it, it came out of the back.
But it still looked cool. It looked.
Okay,
we
great.
loved the show.
No, thanks,
We love the
guys.
show.
Thanks for coming.
What size are your breasts?
What
I don't know if they are. Actually, you know what? Everyone just have a go right now, and we'll decide. Because I think I've like maybe lost a bit of weight there.
I'm better at feeling with my mouth. Is that crazy?
That is actually not crazy, and I've heard that, and that works.
I'm at that
for me.
developmental stage. You know how babies get
nice.
to that stage?
Yes, I've heard of that.
I'm still there.
I've heard of that. But also, Cam, are you a prop comic? A little bit.
A little bit. I've
Little
got a
stereo, little guitar.
couple of guitars going on.
Couple of guitars. He's like
I had a
Bruce
hat.
Springsteen,
I got
babe.
multiple pairs of sunglasses that I wear.
Okay, you are a prop
I'm
comic.
technically a prop comic this year.
And I was actually one of
Coming for
I was
you.
actually one of Cam's props. This is gonna sound inappropriate.
You were a prop.
Please.
You were
One
three
time.
of his props.
So I was in one of Cam's shows. It was one of my.
Yeah.
I can't believe I had this. I got
So
asked to be in
fun.
this. It was one of the most amazing moments of my career.
Oh my God.
Not many
What
people
was it?
knew me then.
I don't know if it was an amazing part of your career.
It was so fun.
But you played my ex-girlfriend in a
my
show
ex-girlfriend.
I did a couple of years ago that was in fact nominated for the award. You
Oh
were
my God,
nominated for.
congratulations.
Congratulations to you. Elouise
So-
played my emo ex-girlfriend and we did a duet on
It's like
stage.
when Mikey Madison was in Once Upon a Time in America.
Yes,
you
it
gave
is.
her the
It's
cameo
just like that.
You're like
got her-
Tarantino, babe.
in so many ways.
And then I came out, but I had to come through the crowd singing.
Yeah, it was fun.
And I had like my hair was like boom, and I had like I looked emo, babe. I
Yeah, you
tried
were
my
good.
and and then I went on stage and Cam goes, and I reckon touch people's faces, and I did.
Oh,
When I was
yeah.
going through the crowd, I touched people's faces, and then we sung together on
beautiful.
stage. It was so.
It was
I
really
was
It's in the
going-
stream.
Did you?
I wish. It was so. It was actually, and it's such a good song as well. Like
Yeah,
really,
it was fun. It was
Thank
fun.
you- thank you
You're
for
a
that.
great, and it was a pleasure to discover you, to discover a star.
I actually remember the phone call of you going, or the message. It was when we were doing karaoke after the Newcastle
Oh yeah, that's
gala.
right. We did karaoke together,
And that's actually when I was discovered.
We stole the show, I would say.
And you were like, she's got pipes on her.
yeah, look at the pipes on this.
Nobody
chick.
could see this flaming hot 12 has potential. It's just me who sees it.
It actually was only Cam.
Flaming
It was
hot
like me,
12.
literally like Lady Gaga going, there could be 100,000 people in the room and only one person. And that's you.
Bradley Cooper. You look like Bradley Cooper.
Yeah,
Oh my
and I'm
god,
Gaga, babe. We have to do that, babe, for karaoke.
that would be so funny.
Oh my God.
Doing this.
Shallow.
Fucking lip sync.
Shallow.
Tell me something, boy.
Tell
Come
me
on.
something, girl.
That's good. Let's do that.
You have to do this.
Please,
let's
can
do
we
it.
do
When
it?
you win lip sync tonight, can you do this
Babe,
as
I'm
like
not
a
gonna
little
win
encore?
tonight. I'm not gonna win tonight, even though I've got backup dancers and I've got the perfect costume and I'm basically gonna design and I'm.
I think you should win.
Yanis, edit in as subtitles whether Elouise won or not.
She sure did.
Oh, let's really contribute some.
No, but it
I think you
doesn't matter.
win.
I don't even care about winning. I just want to be the best. I don't care about winning.
Oh yeah, our editor is Greek. That's fun for you.
Γεια σου, τι κάνεις. And then they respond and we edit that in the clip.
Yeah.
And what were you just saying just
I
then?
said, hi, how are you? My name's Elouise. What's your name?
Wow, she's
kind of
fluent.
She's fluent. She's fluent.
And this is my wasn't even fucking pronounced right, darling. That was him watching me.
She thinks she's Greek. She's never even been to Basildon, right? Basildon.
That's literally that was good. If you guys knew
Yeah,
Greek,
yeah.
you would laugh. But
that's funny
don't worry
stuff.
about
I
it.
wish I knew it.
Did you ever actually have an emo phase?
I was never an emo girl. I was a bit, we were actually speaking about this in the car ride in Canberra. I was a bit more dad rock girl. I got
yeah.
into, I was really big.
Dire Straits?
I'm about to say, a little bit Dire Straits. I got, my uncle gave my dad like a burnt CD and it was called the Backer Ben's 500 top rock songs of all time. And it changed my life. And I put it into my laptop and I listened from 1 to 500. And I went, hell yeah. I went this and I
the
went.
artist intended.
As the artist intended, and I went, Jefferson Airplane, ding, T-Rex, ding. And then I was going, and I became like a bit of a
Rock
lead
chick.
head.
So you were
Zeppelin
not
babe.
so
He
much
loves
a
that.
hit with the boys, you were a hit with their dads.
With their dads. Yeah, I used to be like, that was like my superpower. Like I go to someone's house and they'd be like, hey, and I'd be like, yeah I like,
Is this Hush by Deep Purple?
yeah, this is, babe, yes, that's exactly what I do. Babe, that's exactly what I do. I go, is this some,
He's like, yeah, that is my ringtone. Yeah,
I'm like, is this one of these nights?
it's actually my fucking ex-wife.
And they go,
That's a good
and they go,
song.
like, they go, yeah, it's a fucking
That's a
hot
good
song. And they go,
song.
so I go, you know the Eagles? I go, yeah, I guess I do like that. And I
You
go,
should at the
I'm not your
barbecue.
average girl.
and I go, yeah, and I sing in a band and we sing Led Zeppelin and I do Whole Lotta Love and they do the reverb and
Do immigrant songs.
we do immigrant song. Yeah.
Immigrant song really speaks to me.
Immigrant song really
right?
speaks to me.
Yeah.
And but that was like my thing was like knowing and they go, how does she know that? This 15-year-old girl.
Something different about her.
They're like this, going, you shouldn't like that. You should be liking Britney Spears. And I go, I do. I actually am multifaceted. And I actually like disco and funk. You guys heard of Parliament?
Whoa, Parliament Funkadelic?
Yeah, my dad has a boner in Germany as we speak.
All our
Like,
dads
Maggot
are
Brain, one of my
boners.
favorite albums of all time.
Maggot Brain's great.
But people don't want me to know that music because I have perky tits.
They're gatekeeping.
They don't want me to know it. They don't want me to know music or
Excuse me.
movies.
Funk is the spiritual music of perky tits. Yes, it's perky tits.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
real. That's so real.
If these tits could talk,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that.
I'd say wow.
Yeah, they've been
That
doing
would
a
be
bass
booty.
riff.
They'd say they do bootsy. They do like
Bootsy.
yeah. Shuggy, they don't want me to know
Sonic.
anything.
They don't want you to know.
But anyway, that I never had an emo phase. I think I was scared of people that had an emo phase. I went, what's going on?
That's fair. Did you have, I mean, clearly you did.
Definitely.
Look at
Clearly.
him.
But did you straighten that hair? Did you dye it? What was going
I
on?
He had
dyed it.
You had
I
longer
dyed it.
hair though, didn't you?
I had longer hair down to here.
dyed it black?
Dyed it black, which
Oh
of
my
So
course.
I've seen Cam's shows. I'm not a freak. I've seen his shows and seen that there's photos in it.
And I've shown photos. I dyed my hair black, and then of course, because I grew up in coastal Australia in the summer, anytime I swam in a pool that had chlorine in it, it went green. Or
Babe, that's cool
orange
though. That
colour.
would have been good for your Matrix song. Yes,
I'm
I've
like-
seen Cam shows.
I'm like fucking scowling in every photo from the ages of 13 to 17.
but what made you be into that music, babe? Like, what happened in your life?
That's a very good question. That's valid. What was your
There's
equivalent of
something
the
about
500
people
best
knowing-
rock song?
This is me hearing rock music, like, yeah, hell yeah, but I wasn't going.
But I like that too.
I wanna die. Like, do
I
you know
was
what I mean?
also having a fun, like I like fun rock music as well. But there's
Yeah.
something about, and I'm sure everyone can relate, being an artistic kid in the suburbs.
Yeah, babe.
Or just like in an area where no one really gives a shit about this stuff. You just kind of sink into yourself a little bit and you feel a bit alone.
but there's a very like My Chemical Romance thing there, right?
Were you
Of,
into
like,
this?
Kind of, not really.
What's wrong with everyone?
I got into them.
Yeah,
I got into
yeah,
My
yeah.
Chemical Romance and all that stuff. Really, there's some. I don't know because it's like I grew up in the sunniest place on earth.
Welcome to the Anzac Day Parade.
He's quick. He's quick.
When I was a young lad,
Ah.
Old mate, he took me.
Took me to the shops.
That's amazing.
He bought me a meat pie.
I love that. No, that's
Well,
nice.
way too up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so good. Yeah.
Oh, that was
I chipped in.
That was amazing.
You
Saying it like
actually, I would say, ended it. You ended the riff.
Okay, right. Go
You-
beautiful.
you
Podcast over.
Put the perfect button on
But
the
what
riff.
music did you like when you were young?
He has
Kinda
the most
everything.
insane music taste. No, can we predict this? Can
In
we
a good
predict
way?
this? Something you will. Okay, I'm gonna give you a clue.
Well, the thing about my music taste is I like loads of normal stuff, but I also like stuff
What's
that
that
you
supposed to
wouldn't
mean?
expect.
What's that
Okay.
supposed to mean?
Can you? I'm gonna give you 2 clues about 2 musicians that he likes
Okay.
that you would never think that he does. Is that okay? Can I do this?
Yeah,
But
I don't
people
even
say
know
that-
what the second
But
one
people
is.
say that about me all the time.
Okay, yeah. So maybe go from there.
I like
Go
Tom
from
Jones
there.
and shit. You know what I mean? Anyway, no, hold on.
Oh, I
What's
like
new?
it.
She's a
When I was
lady.
growing up in
I'm gonna give you.
Paris.
Okay, I'm gonna give you 1 clue about one
God,
of his
leather
favorite
trousers in
musicians. Are you
Paris.
ready?
Awful.
Hit me.
Canadian 90s.
Canadian 90s. Alanis?
Nope, too obvious.
That's
I mean,
too
I like
obvious.
Alanis Morissette.
No,
Let's
no,
not, let's
but
not have
you
it on
know-
record that I
you-
don't.
Yeah, let's
but-
make sure you're a
Okay.
feminist.
You know the one I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Of.
Creed.
Nope.
Nickelback.
Nope.
No. Wait,
Nickelback
Canadian.
is insulting.
Mike
Canadian
Myers?
90s. I think
Mike
could
Myers,
even
Mike
go into the
Myers?
80s.
Mike Myers, famous musician.
80s,
Mike Myers.
80s Canadian.
Brian Adams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
But you would
Huge,
like that.
huge Adam's head.
I just think
Love
that is such a random,
know why?
like, favorite artist.
It's pretty random.
Is that because of his
yeah.
duet with Melanie C?
That is a fantastic song.
Baby,
Nice.
when you're gone.
It was
so in love.
It was originally meant to be Sheryl Crow.
I love Sheryl Crow.
Yeah,
Sheryl Crow is
Sheryl
great.
Crow is great.
What's,
I love a bit of
what's Sheryl Crow's song again?
The
I'm gonna soak
no, this
up
one
the
where
sun.
she,
No,
the one where she
the
goes.
fucking.
I love her. Every day
All
is a
I
winding
wanna
road.
do
is have some fun. I got a feeling.
I actually reckon
I'm
that
not
it was
the only
Sheryl
one.
Crow and Michelle Branch the reason I started playing guitar. I was obsessed.
They are great.
Singer-songwriter girl.
Yeah.
me for a bit.
Yeah.
And then I heard Prince. And I went,
And I went, well, music can be sexy.
and then my whole persona happened, and then I was
Songs
like,
can
and
be
I
about
started
jacking
wearing-
off.
All my
Crazy.
clothes shrunk, and then he changed my name to like Cleopatra Nasty or something.
Yeah.
Cleopatra.
Yeah. Make you play ping pong with him and shit.
I've told this story before, but I'm going to tell it again. When I was at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, Ohio, best place in the world.
Take me. Please
I'll
take me.
run away with you. I will. Don't say that, because I'll do it. So there, they have like all these like opulent cars and amazing outfits, and you're like, cool. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
We have to
You will love it. You belong there. You truly belong there.
I want to live there.
But in the middle of nowhere, amongst all these outfits, they just have a floppy disk on the wall, and you're like, what the fuck is a floppy disk doing here? And then you come up and you read the wall text, and that floppy disk has the code for the symbol that Prince changed his name to, because publications couldn't write about him because the computers didn't have that code. Like it wasn't on the keyboard. So essentially,
He's the biggest babe.
so his representation had to like send this floppy disk to like Rolling Stone, every newspaper,
I'm
every
obsessed with
because they
that.
couldn't write about him.
I love I'm obsessed
That's
with
so
Prince. I'm
cool.
obsessed with his music, but I love that he's like the biggest mind fucker in the world.
Yeah.
Like he was. I can't believe that he would just fuck with people.
Yeah.
I almost like wish I was more of an enigma.
I always
wanna be more of
thought
an
I would
enig-
be more of a mysterious enigmatic
We can make
person
that.
too,
We
but
can make it
Yeah,
happen.
what are you changing your names to? What symbols?
I'm changing my name to Double Finger.
Fuck off, not double.
Yeah.
And you're
Mine-
this emoji.
It would maybe be this, or it would be like, sorry, it would be a lip, like lips, like the kiss print.
Yes.
Just be mwah.
Oh my god. that
And
would
but
be
they have to
sick.
pronounce it as
Yeah.
Amazing.
Please welcome to the stage. Just
That's
mwah.
mwah. And it'd be mwah. And then yes. And then I would do a cover of Holly Valance's Kiss Kiss, but I can't because it's actually technically a Turkish song that she's covering. Because fuck that bitch.
whoa.
I think you'll find it is a Greek song.
Wait, what? Wait, Holly Valance's.
Holly Valance is now like a big Tory, like she's like bad.
Wait, but
She's
what's the original?
Australian.
What's the song that you're referring
Kiss
to?
Kiss.
Kiss, kiss.
Kiss
sing it to
Kiss.
me?
It goes, don't matter, da-na-na-na.
That's Tarkan.
Yes, Tarkan.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's his song.
That's actually Tarkan's song.
Yeah.
So I would do
Yeah.
Tarkan's, a cover of
Yeah.
Tarkan.
The only song where actual kisses are lyrics.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my god. Fuck. That song went
Hot
on.
song.
That song
Late
goes
90s, early
off.
2000s.
Yeah, and you have to be careful because you don't want to play the Holly Valance version anymore.
No, God no.
Yeah.
We hate her.
I didn't realize she went bad.
She did. She married a
broke
billionaire,
bad,
babe. She married a billionaire. That'd turn anyone a bit
I would love
crazy.
to marry a billionaire.
Call her Holly Balance after that divorce. Oh boy.
Okay, so quick,
really good.
everyone.
Thank
So
you.
hang on, what's your other
Really
favorite
funny.
artist? We didn't do that.
Oh, yeah,
we
what's
only
your
got
favorite
one.
artist?
Okay, another clue. Do you want a clue?
Please,
Yeah.
please.
Previously linked to Jessica Simpson.
Babe, not
Nick Lachey.
Nick
Nope.
Lachey. Isn't he in like, wait, Jessica Simpson? Not Ashley Simpson.
I guess
Not
Ashley
Homer
Simpson is
Simpson.
technically linked.
Yeah, technically like
Linked
by
to Jessica
relatives.
Simpson.
They're relatives.
But previously, they're no longer related.
Wait, Robbie Williams, because she covered Angels.
Did she actually? But no.
Oh,
God, you can't be covering angels. That's
crazy,
tough
but she
stuff.
did,
Sacrilege.
babe.
And she
did.
does not have the voice for it. Much love
She
for you,
doesn't- babe,
Jessica.
she doesn't have the voice for it.
I don't even know who Jessica Simpson else. I know she was married to Nick Lachey. but I
She's a
can't
billionaire
remember
because she has a shoe line and a
for
affordable
her, babe.
clothing
Everyone's
line.
diversified.
Yeah, have you heard of Skechers? That's all Jessica Simpson.
No, guys, honestly, fucking Glenn Powell just came out with a condiment line. Celebrities are broke.
Yeah, they're
Whenever
all
you see,
broke.
if they're launching a
We're in
tequila,
a
they got no
recession,
money.
babe. We're in a recession.
I know someone who worked on a film with Glenn Powell, and he asked if he could keep all the wardrobe, which I thought was so
Yeah.
cute.
No, but also that's like
just wanna
That's
do
an
that.
indicator.
But you know that
Yeah.
people do that, as in that's what Reese Witherspoon did. It was in her contract to keep everything that she wore in Legally Blonde. Can you imagine
She's
that?
got that bunny outfit somewhere.
Fuck,
She can auction that off. She can auction that
Babe,
off.
Imagine having that, being like, I'm going to be in that movie, all those outfits. Who the hell is
Linked
it?
to Jessica
Simpson.
Simpson.
Imagine saying you want to keep all the wardrobe, but it's like Star Wars.
Yeah. I want the dreaded, the dreaded
Pirates of the
alien
Caribbean.
head.
I want to keep all the wardrobe. Showing
no.
up to the pub in like the full
That's
fucking Jack
silly.
Sparrow. Like,
in character as well. You'd have to be in
Yeah.
character. It used to be, look at this one.
I'm always in character. as
Because he used to
Captain
play a
Jack.
Jack Sparrow in a fucking restaurant,
Yes,
darling.
I know this from last year's show.
Yeah, that's
oh,
right.
that's very
I missed that
upsetting.
show, but I was like so upset
I was
about it
Captain
because
Jack Sparrow impersonator.
It was a gorgeous show. It was very
Freaking
romantic. It was a very romantic
babe,
show.
because
You would
you
know.
in love. I
Chinese
wouldn't know, babe.
restaurant.
I've never been in love. I wouldn't actually know. Me at the camera. I wouldn't know. I've never been in love.
Yeah. Weirdest Chinese I've ever had in that restaurant.
And I think it went a little something like this.
Yeah.
Well, I can't think of who else was-
the cucumber salad, my lad.
Do you want another clue?
Yes, please.
Yeah,
another
one more
clue,
clue.
another clue.
Sauce
I
is
want
the
to get
secret.
it. I'm the best at music trivia.
I'm giving you a clue that actually is less helpful than the first one, but now then you'll have
No, let's
to.
rock.
He sort of briefly.
Oh, it's fucking. I know who it is. John Mayer.
Yes!
Listen to me. Of course you like John Mayer.
Dear John.
Dear John, babe.
Interesting. Okay.
I mean,
fine.
also, this is me going, of course you did, babe.
Well,
But here's my
you know,
favorite. You know my favorite
it's okay.
John Mayer moment?
Please.
Him and Chappelle in the Chappelle show.
Oh yeah,
He's my favorite
His
in
faves
that.
are everyone else's like eighth fave.
Yeah, right.
No, but I like that you liked. You like guitar. You like
Yeah.
smooth guitar.
I like the Eagles. I'm a big,
you
big
like the
Eagles
Eagles?
head.
Eagles
Love
are
the
great.
Eagles. Yeah, we
Eagles
love the
are
Eagles.
great.
I
Yeah,
also
we-
love the later cocaine and Quaaludes addled Don Henley solo stuff.
Yeah, nice.
The song "Dirty Laundry"
Flex.
has to be one of the craziest songs ever recorded. But it's a song about him being in the press for like giving a 16-year-old girl Quaaludes and having sex with her, and he's like, "That's the press for you, just airing your dirty laundry. I haven't got anything better to do than report
Wait, I
on
need to
me."
read these lyrics.
The
That
Russell
sounds
Brand
crazy.
defense.
Yeah, kick them when they up, kick them when they down. Yeah.
Actually, there are so many songs about that. What about Serge Gainsbourg? His whole that.
Oh, yeah,
Serge
yeah.
Gainsbourg.
Gainsbourg.
Say it in the
Yeah,
accent.
yeah.
Serge.
Limoni says.
Wait.
Melody.
Melody.
that whole album.
Them.
He's
what
got
about
the
his-
Melody Nelson, yeah.
Melody Nelson. Tu t'appelles comment?
His wife's coming on that record.
Yeah.
She's eating
Wait,
her out
what?
or something.
Birkin.
Jane Burke. There's a whole song where like she's having an orgasm all through the song.
Yeah, but also such a.
But is it real or is it fake? I don't know.
Melody song's one of the best songs of all time.
He's great.
He's crazy.
So good.
Him and Brigitte Bardot broke up, and he painted his entire house black and hung up huge pictures of Brigitte Bardot all over the house. And then he took Jane Birkin round there, which is one of the funniest things anyone has ever done.
Real love.
That's
Yeah.
love. That's the love that you haven't had.
This is my ex-girlfriend.
This is what they are competing with.
She's
I
the
do
most
think
famous woman in the world.
Some bangs and stats, coming on my album.
If you don't come on the album, then we
You can't
cannot
come on the
be
album and then forget it, so.
You strike me as a person who would have nude photos of yourselves on the wall,
Babe,
and like this is a compliment.
babe.
I see this as a person. I have a picture of me naked on my wall.
I thought you'd be like, I'd have a picture of you naked
Oh, I
on
would
my
love
wall.
that. If you want to join the naked wall,
Downstairs Lou.
Thank you. Maybe I should do that. I've never thought of that.
I think you should like if you do stills from your intro video, the one on the beach, blown up on a wall, that would be gorgeous.
Yes, and I'll sell them.
Yeah.
I went to an old Cambridge professor's house once for a drinks party, and I
This
went.
is
I
ending
used
badly.
his.
Uh-oh.
No, he was.
And then the next thing you know, I was waking up the next morning.
I went to his downstairs loo, and he had a signed photo of Julia Roberts in there that was like addressed to him. which I'm like, that is the funniest downstairs loo
That's
thing.
very
Right.
funny.
That's such a flex. It's just in the downstairs
Yeah.
toilet.
Yeah, like-
Look at her while I shit.
Yeah, this one's for Julia.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Have you seen the video of Serge Gainsbourg on the late night French talk show with
And they've
Whitney
got all those
Houston?
kids come. No, I
No,
haven't seen
the
that.
kids one is
The
more
kids one's
famous.
The best. The kids one's the best.
This
Yeah,
one
really
is
good.
deep. I got introduced to this by the Russian internet community because they love this one, and it's like apparently the backstory is that the producers, they're like, it was like 1992 or something. It's like Whitney Houston, like peak fame.
Yeah.
And they've got Whitney Houston for this like late night talk show in Paris, and they're like, this is a huge get. And then they had someone else on. Who are the other French celebrities? Fucking Vincent Cassel, the only Frenchman anyone has heard of, someone like that.
Sure.
Depardieu.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have to say him because he is a Russian citizen. Big
Yeah.
That's beautiful. We'll send
This
to
is a
him.
joke. I do not endorse Gerard Depardieu and his politics.
Уважаем. Gerard Depardieu, Steven Seagal, уважаем. Edward Snowden. Наши. Right. Anyway, they and whoever this other guest is pulls out. So the producers are like panicking, and they're talking to one of the other producers, and they're like, "You know Serge Gainsbourg." They're like, "Just get him to come." And he's like, "Guys, you don't want Serge to come. He's going to be drunk. Like this is going to be really bad. Like Serge is
This is
impossible
France.
to control." And he's
This
drunk.
is France,
They're like,
you know?
they're like, we are fucked, man. Just call him, right? So he calls Serge and he's like, Serge, can you come on this late night show? And he's like, of course I can come. Of course, it's no problem.
Of course I can.
And part the problem, you know. And then he's like, but Serge, you cannot drink, huh? You cannot be drunk for this because it's Whitney Houston, you know. It's gonna be. He's like, what? When am I drunk? When am I ever drunk?
I
Right?
love that.
Serge Gainsbourg turns up fucked out of his mind, and then he's like sat on the couch like cigarette brandy, and then Whitney Houston comes out. She's like walking down the stairs like hey, and then the host is like, please sit down next to Serge Gainsbourg, like kisses her like all the way up the arm, and he's like
Pepe Le Pew style.
I think Pepe Le Pew was based on Serge Gainsbourg.
amazing.
He's like, oh, enchanté. And she's like, oh my God, thank you. And then he's like,
I love that.
And then he's like, you are very beautiful. And then she's like, oh, thank you so much. Then he's like, I would like to fuck you.
No!
Yeah. And then she goes like, what? and then this is the best part. The host panics so much that he starts speaking to Whitney Houston in French and Serge in English. And he's going to he's like, no, il était que tu treasury. And then he's like, and then he turns to Serge and he's like, Serge, apologize.
Oh
and then,
my God.
Oh wait, sorry, actually no. Before that, he's going like
so
he goes,
funny.
il était que tu treasury. And then Serge is like, I said I wanna fuck her. And he's like, no. And he's like, look, you are not Reagan, I'm not Gorbachev, so don't try, huh? And then he's like, and then she's like, and then he goes, he's like, Serge, apologize. And then Serge turns to the audience, brandy and cig, and goes, I apologize.
I did stand up at a music festival last year at New Year's Eve, and it was headlined by The Darkness.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God,
Oh,
the dark on
yeah.
Spain. And they've a thing called Love.
And I was by myself. I was the only comic there, so I was by myself, and I was like
Oh my
just
God.
wandering around all day.
But you made
watching
it
bands
music
and stuff.
though.
Yeah, I did my set. I had fun, and then I just was hanging out by myself all day. And The Darkness were on. I was just sitting down. I was like, "Fuck I don't care about The Darkness. I haven't listened to them since their first album." And they came out, and Justin Hawkins, the singer, was like, "We have some good news and some bad news. The bad news is we've only got 40 minutes. The good news is we're only playing songs from the first album." And everyone went, yes. And I like stood up and then I like ran down the road. I was on the barrier, like right in front of him.
Finest,
It was
Justin
so
Hawkins.
fun.
Not
I had
even
the best
announcing that
time.
is the funniest shit I've ever heard. That's so
He's really
funny.
funny. And I was like totally starstruck.
How could you not be?